Welcome to 13 Hour Times 62 LEGO Media Reviews. Today's product does not really have a set number, however it does have a product number on it. Today we have the LEGO Ninjago Battle Arena storage case. I would try not to confuse this with another similar Ninjago case, but you'll see more why it's different when we get to the actual product. This is ages 3 and up. It's developed by, trying to find the company in here. It's developed by Nido, and the product number is A1509XX. This retails for about $15 and maybe $16. You can find this in Target, Walmart, possibly Toys R Us. It's a pretty basic Ninjago accessory to go along with your Ninjago collection. If you are a fan of Ninjago and you have spinners, this is an answer for you. This package will allow you to keep your spinners safe and all the cards and accessories with them. I'm also going to show you the other side. This is what you may see in the stores as well. It shows Zane, Kai, Jay, and Cole on the back of it, or the front of it, depending on which way you hold it. Now I just have to move the camera around a little bit, and then we'll get back onto the review. And we are back. This is a better view so that you can see the product entirely. First of all, there will be a small strap. It's a little bit hard to see, but this very clear strap on the outside of the container. Some products may not have the strap on there, so even in the store, you'll get a chance to see what it looks like on the inside. For right now, I'm going to show you what's in the book, and that also tells you about all the contents and how you use this storage case. Storage case opens to arenas, and also has this text in, I believe, French. I'm not exactly sure what language it is, though. You can see we have some of our spinners out, and the box can come out separately. And I think I skipped a page in here. There it is. So it shows all the different components of the box itself and the arena that surrounds it. Actually, this outside section. So it'll explain pockets for minifigures on the top and on the sides. Removable storage case, that would be the entire middle. Display your weapons. There's a little pocket for that. And on the bottom it shows drawer for playing cards. So you can actually take out this drawer, put all the cards in there, and put it back in. Keep them safe. It also shows you outer walls become 2 battle arenas. There's one in ice for probably Zane, and one hypnotic one probably for Scales, although he's not really a playable character in Spinjitzu, so I would say Mesmo or any other Hypnobrai. An arena edge to contain battle. So there is a slight edge on here, and that way you won't have to worry about spinners going all over the floor. They'll stay inside of the arena. Now that we've taken a look at the book that describes everything, we're going to open this up and take it all out. This is held together by Velcro, so you can pull out the sides like so. And we also get this little catalog in here that shows you some of the other storage bins from Nido. They show ones particularly for Star Wars and how each of these function. Some as boxes, some in the shape of Death Star, some in the shape of Millennium Falcon, some again as boxes but in different sizes. There's also ones available for Lego City, and it folds out and gives you a road to attach. So that's kind of cool, and you could also put some more bricks inside of there. So that's a little insert in here. We're going to take this off. This comes off with Velcro, as you see on the sides here. Now, first thing I'll notice, this outer edge is what they were talking about, and we do have some spinners that we are going to practice with each of the components of the set. So you can see this is pretty large Compared to your hand, it's a pretty large arena for your spinners to go through. It says Master Spinjitzu right here. And this, like I said before, is the outside cover of the box when you see it in the stores. So let's see now. Here is the box itself. And like I said before, we have all these little pockets in here. You can store spinners, accessories, and figures. You also have these sections that can come out and stay tight to hold all of your weapons. And this pops out very easily, no Velcro. You can store cards in here. We're going to try out all these components, and there's the back of it, in case you wanted to see it. We're going to try out all these components in just a second while I set up the camera, and I have two different spinner sets that I'm going to use to demonstrate, one from 2012 and one 2011. That way we can see how they work between the two, although I don't see much difference, so it hopefully should work out. Let's take a closer look at the set now. So, here's the most you're going to see of me during the review. And we're going to start off with our bat. I'm going to demonstrate on both of them, and they basically look the same, but the design is different on them. It's not entirely flat, is one thing I can say, because I can still see little pockets of air on both sides, so it may affect the gameplay a little bit. But you should still be able to play it well. Let's try it with some of our spinners. We have the first one is Wyplash from 2011. So we'll try him on this side. Well, one thing I can say that he does spin. Does he go outside the border though? No, he doesn't. Other than this being in the way, you could also fold this down. But the borders on these sides do actually help. It just pushed it back a little bit, and he's actually working a lot better with spinning. Maybe I'm just a better spinner. And done. Okay. Now we'll try it on this side. This one has a little bit more pocket of air, I'm noticing, than the other side. So let's see how this one goes. This may affect a little bit of the gameplay, as, you know, it might be unsteady. Okay, so it still works as far as staying out there. It's not too bad as far as spinning. One thing I can see. Let's see how it works against edges. So that edge looks okay. And I didn't get it over there. Let me try it again. Okay, I went right off. Let's try it again. It goes almost close, but it's not enough that it'll just keep moving around. Probably because of these little pockets of air. Either that or I'm not spinning it right. Let's see. Let's try it now. Okay. It may have been a little bit hard to see, but it does bounce back. If you're not giving it too much force that it would run over it, it will bounce back if you're just normally spinning it. Now we're going to try it out with our 2012 spinner. Basically the same except for the bottom. It's a little bit different in height. Spider. Sorry. We'll try it out first over here. And it did keep it in place, so that's good. If you need to see better, there's your example. Even though he fell off, he was just a little bit loose. The spinner was still able to stay in the arena. It doesn't mean that the character won't. You just have to adjust it. And as far as regular spinning, it seems like he's not going as fast. That one's really going, though. Let's see if I can tilt it over. That one really went. Now let's try it out on our other side. even though I keep losing him. The spinner does work very well, and it's still going. Still going, and slowing down, and it stopped. Okay, so I like that already. We can already attest that both spinners in both versions work better on this side, probably a little bit because it's flatter. I don't know why the other side has so many pockets of air. Now let's try it out against the borders. Perfect. It went wet. That one was a perfect example. It went right up to it and pushed back a little bit. It couldn't go over just by a regular spin. And even though Spitta hasn't been able to get on his spinner is still able to stay in place. So now we have that section. We're going to go on to the main storage unit. This is the thing that you can carry around with this, of course, on it. Otherwise, everything will fall out, or will be more likely to be seen, or may fall out. Anyways, this is a storage unit that you can carry around because it has a handle on the top. You can bring this to your friend's house if you want a Spinjitzu battle, and this will be helpful for keeping all of your weapons and cards in one place. Because what I used to do, I used to have them in small boxes, and after a while it was it was difficult because I could only put the pieces in there. Some weapons with multiple pieces I had to take apart because they were too big, and I had no place for the cards. So this works a lot easier, and it will hold more than just one spinner. So we can try it out with, I mean, there's no difference between 2011 and 2012, not even for the spinners, when it comes to storage. But we can even fit an entire spinner in here with its, there it is. You can see it fits all the crown, the spinner itself, and the piece underneath it that helps it to spin. We try it out with just our spinner and the round piece underneath. That should work just as fine, as you see here. We're also going to try it out with each of these characters and some of their weapons. I'm going to start with Spitta, fit him up here. We could put the weapons down here. And let's see, where's his other two? Got one here. And we've got one here. So you can see that the smaller portions can fit the weapons very well. They go right on top of it, and they won't budge from the storage case, unless you pull it out from the top or bottom. Let's try it out with Wyplash. We'll put him in here. It's enough in both of these to hold them. Plenty of space. And bring the camera forward so you guys can see it better. So we got in the bone. We got in the whip. Just a little bit. There we go. The whip even fits well. And then we have the golden chains. It takes a little bit of effort to get the thing, to get this above it, but I can still see it's working out well. And this is the first time that I'm doing it, so I know that I haven't rehearsed any of this. That's why it seems funny about the camera angle and such. I think a piece fell off. There we go. So as we can see, all of our weapons can fit in here neatly. And if you need to pull them out, just take them from the top. And just like any of the other bags, you just take those out from the top. But they can still hold a lot of storage in each of these. Now on for our last part. This is about the bottom container. It really makes me wonder if we can fit all the cards in here, considering the card size, and we don't want any of the cards to get damaged, so you know, be hard to look at or to use when we're playing the Ninjago game. So it really doesn't matter, once again, about what kind of cards go in here. The only thing that matters is the dimensions, and the dimensions on 2011 cards are the same as ones from 2012. So we can fit these in. Let's see if we fit them in this way. And it'll kick back a little bit, you can see, because it has some room in there for it to move. It'll move back, and they'll stay in place. Now if we were to put them in, let's try putting more of them in using that way. More of them will move back, and as you can see, if it was maximum, it would reach over the top a little bit. So let's see if it reaches over the top a little bit. It would not fit. So try not to max out the cards that you have in here, otherwise the box may not fit back in there. It's a little bit easier if you have a little bit less, because it'll move them underneath. Basically, if you get over this black line, or this one, then you can't use the container. You can't fit it back in there for storage. Now, what I'm trying to do now is see if it'll fit in widthwise, and I don't think it will fit in widthwise, since it'll just keep bulging out the container we already have. Now, it's not going to work widthwise, however, it's okay for it to fit this way. You could try to fit it this way, but like I said before, it's over the top, so it's not going to help it. So, I think I've covered everything, and I know these are going to fit in there because they're smaller than the cards, so I don't have to worry about that. There's a little latch on here, so you can pull this out instead of trying to wrap your fingers around this to get it out. And that is actually pretty useful when I look at it, because if you have a lot of cards or rule books in here, I don't know why you need more than one, but if you have a bunch of rule books in here, you can even use a weapon to pull it out, because it's about the same size as the ones up here. Let me fit these in earlier. So I am actually a big fan of this, now that I'm seeing everything working, and the only thing I can say about it is, I don't know why the one arena is a little bit more airy than the other one. I'm sure there are ways to flatten it out, and maybe I need to work on my Spinjitzu skills, but I do vote on this arena to be better one, the ice one, because to me, at least in my package, it's flat. It could be different in yours, so that would make sense when playing the game, and it would also make the play more fun. Using all the storage containers in here is very easy, and it's very well fitting. I mean, if we were able to get this, it's probably the biggest you could get it in, other than attaching on top or the bottom, then that's pretty good. So that's an A+ in my book, if I were to rate it. I would highly suggest this if you are a Ninjago fan. If you are a fan of the spinners, I would, of course, recommend it. Because if you don't have the spinners and you're not a Ninjago fan, this is probably no use to you. It could still be useful as a brick storage case, but you're probably not going to get as much storage out of this as you would in other products, because this is designed for other things. And you won't really use the arena either unless you use it as a playground, which would be okay, but it's, you know, if you're not a fan of Ninjago, it's going to bug you a little bit, because Ninjago is written all over this. You have Masters of Spinjitzu on here. You have Ninjago on the back of the case. You have Ninjago on these, what would be playmats, and you have it on the back of those. So, do with it as you may, because I actually like this, and I think this was a great purchase. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you next time. I'll start up, and I'm going to go put away my spinners in here. I think I have about 10 spinner sets, so I'm going to need this a lot. And this will work for all those spinners. We'll see you later.